This is a tribute to Dick Emery.
Oh, you are awful, but I like you.
Come on and do the conga, listen to my songa. You can sing alonga and dance the night away. Come on and do the conga, rhythm's getting stronger. Don't wait any longer, dance the night away. I met her at a party, she looked cool and naughty, eating apple toddy, coming up around. I thought I might attack her while spraying on her lacquer. I took a Christmas cracker, said grab a hold of this.
Oh, you are awful, but I like you.
Come on and do the conga, listen to my songa. You can sing alonga and dance the night away. Come on and do the conga, rhythm's getting stronger. Don't wait any longer, dance the night away. A lady with a long nose said she played the bongos. So as we danced the conga, I asked her if she'd play. We were both ecstatic, but she was quite emphatic.
They're upstairs in the attic.
Well, darling, get them down.
Oh, you are awful, but I like you.
Come on and do the conga, listen to my songa. You can sing alonga and dance the night away. Come on and do the conga, rhythm's getting stronger. Don't wait any longer, dance the night away. Then as we were dining, candlelight was shining, bodies were entwining, music filled the air. She looked pure and holy, eating roly-poly. I shook my ravioli, said, would you like a bit?
Oh, you are awful, but I like you.
Come on and do the conga, listen to my songa. You can sing alonga and dance the night away. Come on and do the conga, rhythm's getting stronger. Don't wait any longer, dance the night away.
Dick Emery was born Richard Gilbert Emery on the 19th of February 1915. He was born to the comedy double act Callan and Emery. When they took him on tour, he became disruptive and created problems for the future setting of the scene that they were trying to create. So much so that his parents decided that maybe one day he should get into showbiz. His parents split up when he was just 8 years old, and he decided to stay with his mother, who gave up the showbiz scene altogether. He tried a variety of jobs before the stage: a mechanic, an office boy, a farmhand, and also a driving instructor. But during the Second World War, he was called up to the RAF and rose to the rank of corporal. However, because of his family problems, he returned to London, joining the chorus line of the Merry Widow at the Majestic Theatre. He was recruited into the RAF gang show to entertain air and ground crew at bases in Great Britain. Emery was such a keen flyer that sometimes you just couldn't get him out of the sky. Producer and director of The Dick Emery Show, Harold Snood.
He was a very keen pilot.
Oh, I do an awful lot of flying, yes, awful. I had to lift this up because I can't hear you see. Makes you a bit deaf, you know, this old flying lot.
And he took me out with him on 3 different occasions. On the first occasion, we left Blackpool Airport, and after about 10 minutes, the control tower said, could you please report your location? And he said, I'm over the sea. And I said to him, did you want a bit better information then? Oh, it doesn't matter, he said, you know. And then on the third occasion, we were flying back from the Isle of Man, and he missed the Blackpool Tower by about 20 feet.
I took up flying because it takes your mind off show business, off the entire world. You get up there and you're miles away from it all, and you don't think about anything else but flying. Oh, I think Dick Emery is a pilot. I think he's an idiot, that's what I think.
Dick had auditioned for various parts, and in 1952 he starred in a role in a 15-minute Radio Luxembourg series on Saturday called Chance of a Lifetime. He went on the following year to appear with the likes of Charlie Drake on The Centre Show on the BBC, Round the Bend, and several episodes of Hancock's Half Hour in 1957. But it was in 1960 that he finally got a big break. This time in the final series of the Army game, playing Private Chubby Catchpole. But it wasn't long after that this led to an exclusive BBC contract, and the long-running Dick Emery show began. The show involved Emery dressing up as various characters, such as Botherboy, Mandy, Lampwick, and the Vicar. The series ran for 18 years on the BBC, accumulating 166 episodes. But when the series began in 1963, a lot of the characters hadn't yet been invented that we were used to seeing later on. Many of these early character prototypes were put to the test with audiences on Christmas with the Stars from 1964.
Excuse me, sir. Is that a microphone I see before me? It is indeed. I gather, sir, that you're an actor. Seymour Bloom, sir, master of makeup. And how will you spend this festive season? In the theatre, sir, on the boards. May I ask what part you're playing? Bottom. Bottom? Ah, that's in A Midsummer Night's Dream from Shakespeare. No, sir, in the back end of a horse from Boxing Day.
Oh, yes, we have a wonderful Christmas season, don't we, Pinky, darling?
Oh, this is Pinky, is it?
Yes. He used to be called Perky until he had his operation. We do have a lovely time, don't we, darling? Then we have a party and all his doggy friends come. Then they all have their presents. And then they all have a wonderful time round the tree.
Well, this is a family affair, isn't it? You know, we usually have the wife's mum and dad, her brother Ted, my cousin Elsie and our nephew.
That sounds fun.
It would be, except cousin Elsie hates my missus. Her mum doesn't speak to our brother Ted. Our nephew gets on everyone's nerves, and Dad always gets blind drunk and locks himself in the bathroom. They stay the week, and then they all go home on December the 31st.
So it's not a very Merry Christmas.
No, but it's a ruddy Happy New Year.
Spend Christmas Day with Mummy and Daddy. Then on Boxing Day I go to polo, and then dinner at the Cafe Royal, and then on to a nightclub.
May I ask who with?
Oh, certainly, yes. The girl I'm engaged to. Miss Amelia Forbes Watson Chumley Paunceford. My finance.
You mean your fiancé?
No, my finance. You really don't think I could afford all that on my salary, do you? Well, I celebrated the occasion by creating a new hairstyle. I called it Festivity. It's a sort of a semi-bouffant, you know, with flick-up, sort of shoulder length, and a full fringe across here, and then a blue rinse. And a full fringe across here, as I said before, full fringe.
How long have you been in ladies' hairdressing?
Don't be daft, I'm in men's. Yes, well, I reckon I'll get some records for Christmas, you know, like the Rolling Stones or the Beatles or Brenda Lee, and then I'll be playing them all the time, you see. Yes.
So your family like pop music?
No, only my brother, and then I suppose he'll be practicing on his new drum set, you see.
And your parents?
Oh, they'll turn the television up to full volume.
Just an ordinary sort of Christmas, in fact.
Yes, you know, quiet.
Oh, excuse me, sir. Hey, what are you doing for Christmas? 5 years if you don't get out of my way. Oh, excuse me, young lady.
Flatterer.
Do you look upon this as a season of goodwill?
Do I?
I mean, what are you going to give your boyfriend for Christmas?
What? You are awful. I like you. If you promise to keep your mouth shut, I'll give you a £5 to go away. Here you are.
You will, I'll take it.
Hey, if you don't... Gotta cause trouble, I'll make it a tenner.
Hand it over, son. There's a good boy.
Yeah.
Will you be here next week?
Yeah, my dad's put me in charge of the store.
I'll tell me friends.
Yeah, all right. Dad? Dad? I think I've got it wrong again.
Excuse me,
Yes, madam.
miss.
Yes, miss.
Are you the gentleman in charge of this test centre?
I am. Can I help you?
I've heard that there's one of your examiners who won't pass a woman driver unless she lets him have his way with her.
Well, I don't know whether it's true or not, miss, but if you can point him out to me, I'll have him.
No, you point him out to me and I'll have
Well, don't you come your airs and graces with me. I know all about you Londoners. My first husband was one of them until I divorced him.
Well, if he was one of them, I'm surprised you married him in the first place.
Morning, sir.
Oh, hello, Honky Tonks. How are you?
I'm well, sir.
Oh.
See anything there you fancy, sir?
Well, that big one on the right's not bad.
No, sir, what I mean is, you seem a fit sort.
Oh.
Ever thought of joining up?
Oh, no, not really. It's not my theme.
I'm sure you'd enjoy life in my regiment, sir.
What regiment's that?
The Queen's.
The Queen? Oh, I say. Where do I sign? Come on. Oh, I'm going to be one of the professionals.
Very good. For an attractive young lady, you surprised me. You drove like a man.
Oh, thank you.
Apart from your two big boobs. Well, first of all, look how you reacted when that policeman suddenly put his hand up.
Oh, you are awful. But I like you.
Co-star Helen Fraser.
My favourite character that Dick did actually was the vicar, with the teeth that he put in. And he loved doing that one.
Well done, Mrs. Updike. I'm sure that must give you immense satisfaction.
Manager Peter Elliott.
Lampwick was a stage doorkeeper at Alexandra Theatre, Birmingham.
You're married to her own. You have every right to put your hand down her dress and get that thing back.
And he had this thing. And Dick used to watch him and put him into the act.
Producer and director of The Dick Emery Show, Harold Snood.
The character of Mandy goes back a long, long way. It was a character that Dick originally created when he was in the war and the gang show in Normandy.
Miss, I'm asking questions about luck.
Oh, I'm very lucky. My boyfriend and I go racing together. I usually pick the one that wins.
You mean he does it when you fancy it?
Pardon?
About people like Mandy and indeed characters that Dick played when he was in drag. When we were all filming on location, a lot of the public used to turn up and watch us film.
My boyfriend says I'm never available. I have so many hobbies and I belong to so many societies.
Well, hasn't he ever asked you to drop them? Well, if you did, he'd see a lot more of you.
As soon as I said cut, he would actually immediately come out of character and become extremely macho.
No, that's a layabout with a motorbike. He talks like that. Bulba Boy's an idiot, that's all. He's a you remember the skinheads years ago? Yes. I went up to Clacton one summer, and there were 600 of them, and they wrecked the town. And I got talking to some.
And they're all like that, you know. That's right, yeah. Dad, yeah, I've got it wrong again. Yeah, that's right.
Have you ever been approached by any of the ton-up kids? I was coming out of a motorcycle shop in Ealing on my motorbike, which was too big for me. And I bought myself a pair of gloves, and a fella came up with me, long hair, long greasy hair, and filthy dirty he was. And he said, you are who I think you are, aren't you? I said, yeah. He said, you know that character you do, you know, on the motorbike. I said, yeah. He said, well, don't you think you ought to cut him out? I said, why? He said, well, it spoils our image, doesn't it?
Where do you get... I'll tell you another character I love, Honky Tonk.
Oh, him?
Yeah, where did Honky Tonk come from?
Many years ago, when I was in... I've gone all like that now. Many years ago... I'm wondering if it is natural. Oh, well, it's a nice change. Many years ago, I used to be in musical shows. And in those days, you had a lot of boys in the show, 16, 20 of them. And they were all gay, lovely people, marvellous, my God, marvellous people. And they'd knit and sew. They were all like that. And in between shows, we did an afternoon show and an evening show. It was a nice break, about 2 hours, and we used to have cabarets.
Whilst filming the Dick Emery show, Dick would often appear in occasional films, popping up in small cameo roles, such as The Fast Lady with Leslie Phillips from 1962.
You worried about your future, Fox?
Good Lord knows.
Well, I am. You haven't sold a car for 3 weeks.
What? It can't be as long as that.
I'll give you a week. No sales, no job.
Well, there's nothing to worry about, sir. I'm pretty confident I can flog this old Sputnik here.
Said that a month ago.
I've got a real sucker this time.
Oh?
Yeah, and furthermore...
Yeah?
What would you say if I got this firm the agency for Alba Sports Cars?
What would I say?
Yeah.
I'd say, well done, partner.
Partner?
In the meantime, you're still on a week's notice. Don't forget that.
But a more memorable appearance would be that of The Big Job, starring alongside Sid James and Joan Sims in a carry-on film type caper.
And where's the tree?
Across that hill there,
Yeah.
down across that road, and 200 yards along that footpath there. Lovers Walk.
Fair enough. But how are we going to get the money out of it unnoticed?
Oh, what do they call them, lovers' walks? George and me never did much walking.
What do you expect them to be called then? Lovers sit-downs?
No, you know what I mean.
Night's the best time to do it, when nobody's watching.
You don't have to tell her that.
No, I mean it's the best time to get the money out of the tree.
You don't want to worry about that. It's wide open country here. There wasn't a house for miles.
Well, what are we waiting for then?
Let's go.
Oh, George, you don't think you're going yet?
That's right, darling. You are going to go out and you're going to find a car and we're going to go for a nice little ride in the country.
George!
Take this, you might need it.
I thought we was going to have a little celebration.
That's my girl. What's happened? I wasn't here before.
Are you sure we've come to the right place, George?
Of course it's the right place. It was all country down there.
Well, where's Lovers Walk? And the tree?
What's the matter?
Look at that!
Oh, a new town. Isn't that lovely?
Lovely?
Look at all them pretty little houses. Just suit us, Georgie, one of them.
Myrtle, one of them pretty little houses has been built right by a pretty little flipping tree.
Yes, but what do they want to build a new town here for? It's the housing shortage. I was reading about it inside. In the last 10 years, the population in the cities has increased by over...
If I hear one more word about what you read inside, I'll fill your cake hole with that.
Well, don't take it out on me, George. I didn't build the town.
Georgie? Just because they built all them houses, it doesn't mean they've cut down all the trees.
That's right, George. Look, there's one sticking up out of the roofs over there. Look. Is that it, George?
It could be. It could be. It's in the right place. It's in the car. Quick.
But it wasn't until 1972 when Dick could spread his wings and take all the characters from the Dick Emery show and put them into a film with a storyline. This became the setting for the film Ooh, You Are Awful. Whilst generally it only gets average reviews, The Observer went on to say, the best British comedy in many years.
We apologise for the late running of the train due at 9:43 from Southampton. This train is running approximately 10 minutes late.
Miss Mason?
You gave me a start.
Miss Joe Mason?
Yes, that's right, are you?
I'm Mr. Partridge. I phoned you.
Well, I don't know what you want, but only staff are allowed in here.
Well, there's no cause for alarm, I can assure you. I am, in fact, the bearer of glad tidings.
Oh, yes. The train now standing at platform 12 is the 9:53 for Brookwood and Aldershot. What sort of glad tidings?
I'm acting on behalf of our late client, Mr. Reginald Campbell Peake.
Oh, Reggie.
Yes.
Oh, it was a darling. Oh, we had the biggest heart I've ever known in a man. Oh, it nearly broke me up when I heard about his accident. Oh, hello. All right. British Rail regret to announce that the 10-7 to Shepperton has been cancelled.
You see, Jackson, they do care.
Now, Miss Mason, please don't upset yourself.
Oh, I'm sorry. It's just that I was rather fond of her, do you see?
And he, in his turn, my dear young lady, did hold a deal of affection for you?
What makes you think so?
Well, the fact that he's left you a considerable sum under the terms of his will.
Reggie?
Mm-hmm.
He left me some money?
Yes.
Oh, say! Hello? All right.
If somebody's lost a kid, he's at the station manager's office.
How much?
Before I divulge the amount involved, I must satisfy myself as executor that you are indeed the Joe Mason named in the will.
Oh, I am? I can show you my driving licence.
Yes, I believe there's a more positive means of identification. Am I right?
Who told you so?
Well?
Well, we'd had a few drinks, you see. I'd never have let him do it if we hadn't had a few drinks.
The 10:15 non-stop to Portsmouth will depart from platform 14.
A certain tattoo mark, if I'm not mistaken. If I could just have you the peek.
You want me to show you my bum? Oh!
So that's where it is, on your bottom. I might have guessed.
You see the problem?
I do indeed, and your modesty does you credit. But for £10,000...
10? No, I'm not that sort of girl.
Well, why don't we go for a few drinks?
No, once is enough.
Hello, Joe. Sorry I'm a bit late.
Oh, hello, Grace.
The train now standing at platform 8 is for all stations to Virginia Water.
I think I might have the answer to our little problem. Come with me. See what I mean? You could take a picture of it.
A picture? How can I do that?
Well, you could kneel on the stool.
Oh, no, I couldn't do that.
£10,000.
I'm going to change.
I have to.
I say,
Yes?
now I'm up on the stool, I can't reach down to put the money in the slot.
Well, you get into position and I'll put it in.
All right, ready? Can I come out now?
No, stay where you are. I want to see the picture to make sure you didn't move. Good God. Oh, it's the wife. She's taking her passport picture.
Passport?
Yes, we're going down under. Oh, my God, and there's 4 of them, all with tattoos on their bums. Lovely old Reggie. Now, we'll just have one more. This time, try not to smile.
If our mother could see you now, she'd be turning in her grave.
In 1979, Dick moved to Thames Television to record 3 specials for them. This wouldn't be like the normal setup that the BBC had endured. This was now turning into a variety show full of songs and special guests. Dick Emery was married 5 times between the years of 1940 and 1969. During that time, he had 4 children: Gilbert, Nicholas, Michael and Eliza. While the public took him to heart, they voted him TV Personality of the Year 1972. Emery suffered from severe stage fright and self-low esteem. He underwent hypnosis to try and cure his problems. Sadly, in December 1982, Emery was rushed to hospital with severe chest pains. He died on the 2nd of January 1983 at the age of 67. The comedy world had a tragic loss. There was no more Mandy, no more Bother Boy, and no more Lampwick to make people laugh. Dick Emery will always be remembered as a character actor, a charming man who really knew how to make people laugh, and forever will remain in people's hearts as being a comedy legend of all time.
Ever since the world began, when a woman loves a man, she gives everything she can, so people say. But a man you often find is forgetfully inclined, proving love is often blind in every way. If you love her, tell her every day that you love her more in every way. Nothing fancy, simple words will do. If you love her, just say I love you. When she's weary, let her see where to turn for sympathy. Be the way you used to be not long ago. Happy days when first you met, now you're happier, and yet there are times when you forget to let her know.